of action platforming games like Dead Cells? Do you like hack and slash games where the ultimate goal is to hack and slash your way through each and every enemy in your path? Do you like an upgrade system where you can kind of customize your character to how you see fit? If you answered yes, then check out my review of Foregone, coming up next on Mumbles. Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Mumbles. In today's episode of Mumbles, I'm reviewing this. This, my friends, is Foregone. Now, guys, this is a game that I am reviewing today on the Nintendo Switch. Got all kinds of information about it. But first things first, I do want to say, guys, if you have not already, please do subscribe to the channel, ring the little notification bell, and drop a like on the video. Guys, I try to do weekly game reviews, and there's a lot of content and stuff on my channel, so there's probably something for everyone. So please do check it out if you have the time. Thank you so much. Now, guys, let's talk about Foregone. Guys, first things first, I do want to make everyone aware that I gave this game a 6 out of 10 on our Mumbles review. If you want to know why, stay tuned. Lots of information is coming up. Now, let's get started. First things first, guys, this game is being reviewed on the Nintendo Switch. So everything you see gameplay-wise, video-wise, is from the Nintendo Switch version. Now, guys, in addition to the Nintendo Switch, this game is also available on Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and at the time of this review, this game is an Epic exclusive, meaning it is not available on Steam, but in the future, it will be also available on Steam, as it is a playable PC game. Now, guys, as far as price goes, this game costs $29.99, so please do be aware of that. Now, guys, the description for this game reads, fast and fluid platformer packed with legendary loot. Years after a devastating war, the city of Caligan is once again besieged by all-corrupting force known as the Harrow. As the city's strongest super soldier, it's up to you to investigate the Harrow's origin and prevent its reanimated minions from destroying the world you've sworn to protect. But the Harrow isn't just reviving the dead, it's dredging up memories better left forgotten. Foregone is a fast and fluid 2D action platformer packed with legendary loot and stunning pixel art. Collect an arsenal of powerful weapons and upgradable skills, then use them to shoot and slash your way through handcrafted pixel environments, hiding a treasure trove of secrets. Unravel a compelling story of regret and conspiracy as you slice your way through hordes of enemies and carry out your mission to save Calgon from total annihilation. Features: satisfying hybrid action platformer and looting. Narrative-driven gameplay. Collect an arsenal of legendary weapons. Challenging enemies and intense boss fights. Branching skill tree with customizable abilities. Fluid 3D to 2D pixel art and animation. Guys, in my own words, this is an action platforming game that mainly focuses on the action side of things. It also does have some RPG elements with the whole upgrading your skills and picking up loot and stuff like that. But for the main part, this game is all about the action. So if you like action games, you're in for a good ride. Now, guys, let's talk about the graphics, the soundtrack, and the controls. First off, guys, the graphics in this game are fantastic. The pixel art that is done in this game is just beautiful. It's eye-popping. The backgrounds that they use are amazing. I have nothing but good things to say about the graphics. So, guys, next up is the soundtrack. The soundtrack in this game, for one of the few times I will actually say I do like the soundtrack in this game. It's well done, it changes from level to level, and it's got some nice variation in it. So nothing but good things to say about the soundtrack. So, guys, now let's talk about the controls. Guys, the controls in this game are very nicely built in. Again, I am reviewing this on the Nintendo Switch, so I am speaking of the controls from the Nintendo Switch side of things. But, guys, I can say that they're very on point. They're not slippery. They're very well done. It's easy to pick up and play. So nothing but good things to say about the controls. Now let's talk about the gameplay. Guys, this game is very much everything I've already told you guys. It has limited platforming. Really, it's all about the combat, which has two variants. It has close quarters and ranged combat. Both work equally well and can change depending on the improvements that you make to your character and the weapons that you are holding. For example, fighting with a spear gives you a different animation than fighting with a short sword. And fighting with other weapons do the same thing. So, for example, a shotgun has shorter range than other guns. So, you're going to want to pick your weapons to kind of complement what kind of fighting style you want to have. This all leaves you with a game that is all about defeating enemies as fast as possible without taking much damage. Guys, that's pretty much what this game is. We've all seen these games, we know what they are, and this game fits it to a T. So, guys, one last thing I do want to mention here is the boss fights are very fun. It has some really cool boss fights. I did enjoy the boss fights quite a lot, so I wanted to make special note of that here. Now, guys, let's talk about the cons for this game. The first con is the story. Guys, for about 85% of this game, I didn't understand the story or care about it at all. It was all about playing it for the action. So please do be aware that the story does nothing to really help itself. There is a story there, but it doesn't really expand on it, especially not in the beginning. You really don't understand what's going on. The second con that I have for this game is that this game isn't anything new that we haven't seen before. Like I mentioned in the intro, in the very start of this video, this game really reminded me a lot of Dead Cells. Did Dead Cells do it better? I think so, but it really reminded me a lot of Dead Cells and those kind of games. So this isn't anything we haven't seen before. Another con that I have for this game is the loot system in this game is kind of forgettable. Yes, there is a loot system. Yes, you can pick up different weapons, but there's nothing really that, you know, you want to side quest for or do anything like that. Nothing really spectacular is going to pop out that way. So the looting system is more for show than anything else. The final con that I have for this game is that this game is a little bit on the repetitive side. These games are all like this, so I'm not downgrading it for that, but in any action platforming game like this, it's all about slash, 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 jump to the next area, get the next enemy, slash, 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 jump to the next area, get the next enemy, and so on and so forth. So you can kind of understand what I'm saying here with the repetitiveness of this game. So guys, now what to talk about is why I gave this game a 6 out of 10 on our Mumbles View. Guys, I do love these action platforming games. I was a big fan of Dead Cells, I'm a big fan of this game. But I had to give it a 6 out of 10 because there's other games that have done it better. And I also felt that the story on this game could have been expanded on a whole lot to make things a whole lot more interesting. When you're forced to play a game mainly for the elements and the action of the game itself, that kind of is a bummer when it's not built to be that way. This was built to be a narrative type game. They even touted in the actual description of the game itself that it's narrative. So unfortunately, in my opinion, I didn't really see that, at least at the start of this game. Now, towards the end, things really start to pick up. This game really starts to come into its own, but then it's over. And it's like, man, I wish I could have had this the whole kind of way through this game, because for most of the game, I wasn't understanding it. I didn't understand where it was going. I didn't really care. I was just playing it for the action. And that, I do have to downgrade games based on that. If you're going to have a story in it, do it right. So guys, that is the main reason I gave this game a 6 out of 10. But guys, I will say for $29.99, if you're looking for an action platforming game, you cannot go wrong with this game. The graphics are great. The soundtrack's great. I love this game a lot. Just could have used a few tweaks here and there with the story, and it could have been probably an 8 or 9 game easily. So guys, this has been my review of Foregone. I hope you guys all enjoyed this. Please smack that subscribe button, smack the like button, and smack all those buttons. I'll see you guys all in the next video. Bye everyone, take care.